reckless driving.
Reckless driving, yes.
Where?
In the
We haven't been in Litchfield. We came from Farmington.
You don't ask the questions here.
Cops are notorious for going on power trips, especially when they don't have a body cam on. John Felix faced this exact situation at a traffic stop. Back in 2017, while on his way to work, John passed a police cruiser that was speeding. Immediately, the cop pulled him over to show his dominance.
Alright, I'm being stopped.
I need your license, please. You're being stopped for speeding. I don't need this. Sir, roll down the window. Roll down the window so I can talk to you.
I can hear you just fine.
I can't hear you.
I remain silent, sir. I remain silent.
This is not a criminal stop. It has nothing to do with remaining.
Sir, I remain silent. I have that right. I don't want that. You don't want my registration?
I don't need it.
Okay.
All I wanted was your license.
John has dealt with scummy cops way too many times. According to John, he had his cruise control set, but this tyrant was relentless.
Okay, so I'm being stopped. Try to give my registration and everything. He keeps saying he don't want it. He keeps wanting me to roll down the window. Just trying to get to work. I'm sure I'm going to get a couple tickets now.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Roll down the window. You're being ridiculous. Are you Mr. Flax? Is this you?
I remain silent, sir.
Okay, step out of the car. Come over here.
Now I'm scared
Get
for
out
my
of
life.
traffic.
Now I'm scared for my life.
Why?
There's no reason for me to be out of my car.
Yes, there is.
I was speeding. See, this is off the record now. This is why you wanted me out of my car. Can I
No, I
please
want
grab
you
my
out of your
camera?
car because you were doing stuff on the
I
dash.
understand exactly what you're doing. I understand your tactics. Why do you want to be off the record right now?
You don't ask the questions here.
Actually,
Yeah, it's for my safety. No.
You feel unsafe because why? My hands are on the steering wheel.
Put your hands down. Alright. I'm
I wanna
gonna
get
explain.
shot by you.
Alright, just
Let me grab my camera and I'll put my hands down.
Just please be quiet. Okay, now you can be quiet.
Sir, where's my ticket? You stopped me for speeding, correct?
Alright, I'll explain so you shut up.
Did you stop me for speeding? Like you said, it's on record. I know you took me out of the car because I'm recording.
It has nothing to do with it.
Alright, so
Because you wouldn't-
tell me
you
when
wouldn't
I'm
get
free
it
to
down.
go.
You done talking?
Tell me when I'm free to go.
The officer was not wearing a body cam, and he asked John to step out of the car so he could be completely off record. These types of situations are where we see cops abuse their powers. So to nullify any threat, John had his hands up.
Now while you're standing there with your arms up, I'm going to explain to you that I stopped you for 88 and 70 tons. Okay? I stopped you.
Sir. Why are you repeating yourself?
I stopped you to give you a warning.
Okay.
Because you're doing 18 over the speed limit.
Okay.
And the reason why this is taking so long is because you're acting like a child.
Okay, if you say so.
Alright.
I'm acting like a child?
Do you know what
stop
the
me,
speed
sir.
limit is?
You stop me. Who's
You
acting
know what
like
the
a
speed
child?
limit is on the road?
I know what it is, yes.
Okay, it's
That
70.
doesn't
It's not
pertain to
88.
me.
It's not 88.
Okay. How fast were you going, sir, when I passed you?
Didn't tell you.
I could.
Of course he wouldn't tell how fast he was going, because he knew that he was going over the speed limit as well. John explains the whole confrontation once he gets back in the car.
Oh, man, I just went off on that cop. Had my hand, he made me get out of the car. Oh my God, I'm fired up. He was speeding. He stops me for speeding. Again, the total hypocrite. He's speeding. He stops me for speeding. He makes me go out there. I put my hands up in the air. I leave them up in the air. I tell him, you want me out of the car because I'm recording and you don't want to be recorded. And then he's like, I was going to pull you over for a warning. I go, because you're going 88 in a 70. Now he's waiting for me to get off the highway. I'm going to finish my video now, if I'm going to be late to work. And so I'm like, when I passed you, you were going faster than 70. So don't tell me the speed limit's 70. So when you break the law, it's fine. It's whatever. He kept saying whatever, whatever. And when I break the law, I'm breaking the law, and you can pull me out of my car and force me to do against my will. And he ended up giving me a warning, which, oh, I'm supposed to be super thankful. And my actions, me acting like a child, I tried to hand him this. I handed him this through the window and rolled the window up. And he's like, kept knocking on my window. I don't want this. I don't want this. Really, people? And I'm wearing a Browns. That's what it was. I'm wearing a Browns jersey. He felt bad for me. Even though we have a perfect record, I'm wearing a Browns jersey. He's still behind me. He's like waiting for me to leave. Let me put on my seatbelt, because then you'll stop me for that. Piece of shit.
These incidents are one of many where police downplay their crimes. This next cop might as well be a home invader. In 2017, an Oxford, Alabama officer was called to a neighborhood for a stray dog roaming into properties. He arrived and just casually strolled through properties. Until he arrived on a property where he knew the dog belonged to and did this.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
How we doing?
doing all right.
You have a brindle pit bull
Yeah,
dog?
I got a brown boxer mix.
Brown boxer mixed dog, kind of a tiger stripe on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid, strong
Yeah.
looking thing. Okay. Well,
Next time, if you don't mind, don't beat the hell out of my door if you don't mind. Okay. I came to the door. That was a loud knock. I would never come to your house and do it. Don't come to mine and do it. Okay. Now let's handle some business. Actually, hold on.
The homeowner then goes inside to wear some shorts. That's when this officer becomes a little too nosy.
Whoa. Hey, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Put some shorts on, buddy. What is your problem? I'm not going to cut Medicaid, right? But then he's going to celebrate the bill passing the House bill, and I assume push for a bill passing the Senate that cuts it as well. Whether it's the big things or the little things, all the things he likes about it, it's not good for the country when the person can't go. You don't have to swing my door open. When I close my door, I was going to put some shorts on. Okay? You don't have to beat my door down. All you have to do is knock. I'm nice.
Okay.
Now, why did you knock on my door so hard? Just be honest. Just why? I don't know. I mean, just be honest.
Yes, sir. Were you here about 10 minutes ago?
No, I wasn't. I just got home.
Okay.
I've got a lot of cars. I just got home. I just got off.
Okay. I was here earlier, and I didn't notice a change in the difference in cars.
Come here. Come feel my hood. Since you didn't notice the change in cars. Since you didn't notice the change in colors, you put your hand on this exhaust, and you let me know, is it hot? Does it feel like somebody got off the highway?
I didn't.
Don't stand here. You can feel the heat come off of it.
Don't
stand here.
I didn't say you were lying.
Well, you implied. Come
No,
here.
I'm not.
You ain't even got to touch it. Just come.
I can feel the heat standing here.
God, man. So what's the problem? Now, all this could have been settled differently if you didn't beat the heck out of my door. I would have came to the door nice.
What the officer did was uncalled for. If it was a woman right there, it would have been way worse for him. But this man was about to give the officer the worst verbal lashing of his life.
Most dogs, when they come through here, guess what I do?
It's not.
Guess what most neighbors do? We shoo them home. But it seems like you are just out to get him. I mean, and I know he breaks out. I discipline him too, and he's wrong. But the way you come knock on, beat my door down,
Yes, sir.
that's a no-no. And then swing my door back open after I closed it. Don't you ever do that again. You hear me?
Excuse me?
You cannot open my door. You cannot open my door when I close my door.
I can't.
No, can you? You can open when I close my door and say, I'm getting my shorts to come talk to you. You cannot open my door again. Do not swing my door open.
I cannot open your door.
You cannot open my door. You tell me you tell me what law says you can open my door. It's what law says that you can.
Can I trust that you don't have a gun?
Why would I have a gun? Now we're getting it. Why would I have a gun?
When he has no defense to the man's words, he switches to being a racist. The officer then continues to fumble his answer.
I trust that you don't.
Why would I have a gun?
Can I trust?
I'm saying, why would I have a gun?
Can I trust that you don't?
Why would I have a gun? Why does a gun even come up?
Can I trust that you don't? Because it's officer safety.
Officer safety would have been tapping on the door nice and having some backup if you fear for your life that I had a gun. But no, you come beat my door down right when I got off work, right from watching the news. You know how that feels? Think if you got off a shift and I come beat your door down. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. That's wrong. Don't do that. And then when I closed the door, was I not in my boxers? Tell the truth. Was I in my boxers?
You were in shorts.
Oh, now you're lying. Why do you do this? I mean, why? Why are you even an officer if you want to do this? Why?
Right.
Why?
I'm
saying why? Why? If you want to lie like this, was I not? Tell the truth. Just be truthful. Was I in my boxers?
You were in shorts.
Okay. Do I have different shorts on now?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. So I have different shorts on now. Okay. Yeah. Were I in these when you came to the door?
Right.
I was in these.
You know that I'm videoing this too,
okay,
right?
But I'm videoing it for me.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to video it for me because you don't care about me. You beat my door down and you said I have a gun.
No, I didn't.
Okay, how did the gun come up? Did you bring it up or did I bring it up?
I asked you.
No. That's a yes or no question. Did you bring the gun up or did I bring the gun up? Right. I didn't bring a gun into this situation. You did. We were talking about a dog. You come beat my door down. Then you accuse me of not answering your door the first time. I wasn't here.
This man is 100% right in everything he said. This cop was trying to lie about every minor detail. He effectively humbles the officer, and it starts to show.
Records will show. My phone records will show where I was on the phone and when I got home. That's easily looked up. GPS, right. We can look that up.
Right.
We shouldn't have to go there. You should treat me as a man and I treat you as a man. That's why I'm out here having a talk with you instead of sitting in the house and not answering.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I'm a man. Treat me like a man. I'm the homeowner of this. Do not open my door when I close my door telling you that I went to go get my boxes. I know where my dog is. Do not beat down my door again.
I will be glad to treat you like a man.
Okay, well do that. Don't come beating down my door and don't come with gun-ho stuff on your mind. I have a child and the first thing you gonna bring up is guns. You're not starting no gunfight here, buddy. Because I know better. I know better. The first thing on your mind was, did I have a gun? Y'all itch to use those things so bad.
For
you're so scared.
Safety.
I know. For you to be safe. If you're that scared, find another job. Find another job. Come work with me. I'll get you a job.
Where?
Chronospan.
Okay.
The chemical planet Chronospan.
Okay.
You want a job there? Should I call John Cannell now? No. You don't want a job? You want to be an officer? You want to be a real officer or do you want to be a harasser? Okay? I'm looking at you like a man. Treat me like a man. Okay?
Why did you step toward me when you...
Because I want to look into your eyes. I have no weapon. You can pat me down so you can be safe. Here, you can pat me down so you can be safe.
We're good.
I know we're good because you know I don't have anything. But you're implying I'm stepping forward to you to do harm to you, which I'm not. Okay. You came violent at me when you on my door. Don't do that.
At this point, you can't even hear when the officer speaks because he is that shocked. This man told him to quit his job and then offered him one. That's how you get a tyrant off the streets.
I just got home. Why I don't get the benefit of the doubt and you must have the benefit of the doubt?
I didn't imply
I'm a first-class citizen, brother.
I didn't imply you were lying. I said I admitted fault in saying that I didn't notice the change in cars
That
like
beat
the
on
one.
my door let me know you thought I was lying. You thought I was looking out the window the first time. I just got home, buddy. Look at the shifts at Kronos, man. We got 62, 2 to 10, then we got 10 to 6.
Okay.
3 swing shifts.
Okay.
I just got off on first.
I don't know
I know
where
you
you
don't
work.
know and you don't care. That's the problem.
I don't know
Go
where you
police
work.
another community if you're not going to treat this one right. The community that plays, I coach in this community. I try to do everything. I pick up trash. I volunteer in this community. And for me to be treated like this, it hurts, man.
Okay.
I go to work just like you. If you want a question, ask me. Don't swing my door back open when I told you I was coming back to get my shorts.
Okay.
Don't do that.
I didn't-
Why would you do that to another man's house? Why would you even do that? What kind of man would do that? Why would you do that?
You walked away angrily?
I
In a
walked
direction?
away angrily after you beat on. No, I said, let me get my shorts. Okay?
After you
I
told
don't come,
me,
and that shows what type of person I am.
Okay.
I'm a respectful person. I didn't want to come out with my balls hanging.
Okay.
I want to put some clothes on. That says a lot about a man. What says a lot about a man is how they first treat people.
Right.
And then you say you're scared and you're beating down the door like a SWAT team.
No.
You make yourself scared because you start the violence.
I start the violence?
You start the violence, my brother. Did my door hit you or did you beat on it? Let's be honest.
I was knocking on your door, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was
I
you knocking
wanted-
hard?
I did knock hard.
Did you knock very hard? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I typically knock hard, yeah.
No, oh, you typically, see, you ain't grown up yet, man. Just tell the truth, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the best thing, like I tell people at work, just tell the truth, man.
After this incident, the officer was sent on medical leave so he could treat his injured ego. This man wasn't going to be intimidated. These next cops turned a cop supporter against themselves just because of their lies. It all started when cops pulled over a man for allegedly speeding.
Andrew Nelson, common spelling.
I know Officer Russo.
Perfect. He's retired.
Yeah. I mean,
I asked you why you pulled me over.
You were doing 40 and a 30.
No, I wasn't.
Speeding.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, so I got my body cam that goes back 30 seconds.
Your body cam, is it calibrated properly?
My body cam?
Yes. When was it calibrated?
It was actually calibrated a few days ago.
This female cop started off with lying, first about the speed, then about her latest tech in a body cam that records the speed of the car. Look at how she continues to disregard the law.
Is your name and badge number? You're required to tell me. Yes, you are. What if I have a reading issue?
Andrew.
I'll give you
Your name and badge number, please.
Andrew.
Are you refusing to ID as a police officer?
Andrew, you gotta stop.
Name and badge number.
You gotta stop.
Name and badge number.
So I'll be right back with your stuff.
Name and badge number.
Hang on, hang
Name
tight
and
for a
badge
minute.
number.
Moments later, her supervisor arrives, and he's an even bigger liar than she is.
Why don't you give it to them?
It's just they don't
If
give
they
you
tow
pieces
your
of paper.
fucking car, what are you gonna do? Sue them?
They're not gonna tow the car.
How you gonna stop them?
I don't have proof of insurance. I don't have to provide that.
How you gonna stop them from towing your car? You tell me. How you gonna stop them?
The father of the man was scolding him to just provide the insurance and be done with them. He actually sided with the cops, but the supervisor arrived on scene with his lies. Even he snapped.
So?
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Sergeant McAlpin,
McAlpin.
State Police Trooper.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Thank you for
All right.
identifying. How
Yep.
are you?
How are you?
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just curious why we were pulled over.
You were being pulled over for reckless driving, passing cars, and when driving erratically.
That's not what that officer told us.
When?
We pulled out of.
We just put the CVS. We were going home.
Okay.
When? Reckless driving?
That's not
Oh,
what you
no,
said,
no,
man. That's not what you
Just
said.
say what
You
you
said
said.
speeding.
Yeah.
Sorry, you wouldn't. That's why I pulled you over, was for the speeding.
Oh,
There
and now
was
it's
no
reckless
speeding. There
driving?
was no
And now I gotta go with him then. I'm from Litchfield.
Okay.
And I was telling him,
Yep.
I
let's
just
be
picked him up
nice.
for-
Let me finish. Let's be nice
One
with these
person
guys.
talk at a time.
I am
Excuse me.
talking.
No, we
I'm
can talk
talking.
whenever we
No,
want.
one
Okay,
person-
I
one
was
person,
telling.
okay?
Let's be nice
Yep.
because I live in Litchfield.
Okay.
And now you come here
Yep.
with this story of reckless driving, and now I'm not going to go for it. So what is the next
Your
step?
vehicle was spotted
What
recklessly
do-
driving in the town of Litchfield. That's why you were stopped.
What?
Yes.
What did you say?
By who? Did somebody report
Yes,
reckless
a
driving?
reporter called 911. Yes.
What's the name? of
Where?
that?
You don't have to have a name.
Yes, I do.
what?
No, you don't. No, you
so,
don't.
So you should talk to them.
We are talking to him right now, as we speak. Okay.
Our vehicle
okay.
was
Yeah.
spotted where?
Yeah.
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving. Yes.
Where?
In the
We
town of
haven't been in
Litchfield.
Litchfield. We came from Farmington.
Okay.
We came from the hospital. He just had a stent put into
We went to
his
CVS.
heart.
They closed at 6 o'clock.
You might have the
we
wrong
pulled out
vehicle.
of CVS. She pulled in, and we just were deciding to go to the pizza place or go home.
Okay.
What reckless are you talking about? So you know what? Take us to jail.
I'm not taking anybody to jail right now.
And now this guy, because I just got out of the freaking hospital.
Calm down.
With the double
Calm down.
bypass.
Calm down,
That's
please.
fine. That's fine.
We were
okay?
picking up his
All right?
medication
Okay.
from CVS.
Okay.
There was no reckless driving. We weren't in the town of Litchfield.
We were talking
traveled
about the
up
pizza,
Route
not pizza.
202.
Okay.
So that's a mistake.
Okay.
So you talked to that party that called you.
Okay.
Now, that lady said she pulled me over
Yep.
for speeding, which is impossible because I was behind vehicles traveling from CVS up this street. So
Right.
now,
How fast were you traveling, sir?
I don't know. I was traveling with the flow of traffic.
Well,
she was on my ass.
She was.
How fast was she traveling?
She was tailing you to see if you're
Tailing
recklessly
me?
driving. Yes.
Okay, she said she recorded my speed on her body cam.
Show us,
I have it
show
on
us the
video.
video
I
that-
have it
Show
on
us
video.
the video that reckless
So
driving.
I'd like to
and
be
take
on my
us to
way.
jail.
I'd like to be on my way.
Get in the car right now. Okay.
All right, do it.
I'd like to be on my way. Reckless driving in Litchfield, huh? I haven't been in Litchfield.
To give ticket because at the end of the month they gotta collect fucking money. That's what they've been asked by the town halls. And as soon as they see a Massachusetts car, guess what? That's the one that reckless driving. All the other one are driving normal. Because they live in Litchfield.
We have two different narratives, one for speeding and one for reckless driving. This was a phony traffic stop and they know it. The female officer then comes back with her BS.
Yes or no? So it's up to you to provide proof. And here's the deal. So here in Connecticut, we tow for no insurance and we write tickets for no insurance. So if you have it, wonderful. If not, you're kind of tying my hands here. I'm giving you the option.
Yeah, I don't have proof of insurance. We're not required to carry it, and we can travel through states without carrying it.
Okay. So
Can you state the law that says I need proof of insurance?
it'll be on your infraction. Okay.
Sure.
So no insurance.
No, I didn't say no insurance. I said I don't have to provide it.
Do you have a insurance?
Of course. Which is my right.
Get out of here.
Which is my right for.
I've got
What is the
license
infraction
right
for?
here in the
She's
envelope
explaining it
for
to you, sir.
She's not explaining it. She's telling me the directions about how to fill the citation. I asked her what the infraction was
I
for.
explained to you before I walked back. There's for failure to carry
You-
insurance, failure to carry your
Failure to carry
and for
insurance. Okay,
speeding.
okay. I'll see you in court.
There's that. Just
Thank
take
you.
time before we pull back in, okay? People are
I don't need your directives.
All right,
Have a
have a
nice
safe
day.
night.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice day.
It was a
Okay,
mistake.
have a good day.
I didn't tell. It was a mistake.
Okay. Well, the call came to the barracks for an erratic driving. Okay, that's what we had to do.
But you,
okay?
but she could have. Was
That-
unnecessary.
she lied.
No,
She
hold
told
on.
me
But
she
you
pulled
gotta
me
shut
over
up for a
for
second now.
Let me talk to
You got to believe me. We was in town. Well, this was so unnecessary.
Okay.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
I've been with them.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
We went to the pharmacy. If you got the call, she could have told us. All this was so unnecessary.
Okay.
He has a behavior. He deals with things different than me.
Okay.
But all this, we have to admit
Yep.
that all this was unnecessary.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
And
I'm
there
not
was no
required
need
to carry
for it.
insurance here.
All right. But anyway, all right. She
all right.
got the paperwork.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right,
Have a
hold
great
on.
I'm
day.
gonna
Take
pull
care,
out.
guys.
Is that okay?
Take care, guy.
Pigs.
The law does not require the drivers to carry insurance. It is mentioned on their registration. This was an easy win for the driver in court. Like the father said, these cops just have to have a number of citations by the end of the month to get paid. The power-tripping cops continue to pour in. Take a look at how these idiots conduct their investigation.
Get out of the car, we're gonna drag you out. We're gonna break your window, drag you out.
Corrupt officers love breaking the law, and they're especially comfortable doing that in big groups. But what happens when they get caught? This first case answers that exact question. On December 8, 2022, Thousand Trails in Verde Valley, Arizona called the Camp Verde sheriff after a staff member complained about Corey Drew's service dog. Police arrived and did what cops usually do.
Have I broken a law? No, but this officer safety, we don't know what's in the vehicle. We'd like you to step out and we can talk to you.
Well, this isn't a traffic stop.
Step out of the car.
We're giving you a lawful order.
Step out of the car.
This is not a traffic stop.
Step out of the car.
And I have not broken a law.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're under arrest, so get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
What am I under arrest
Disorderly
for?
conduct. Get out of the car.
What disorderly conduct?
Get out of the car. We'll talk about it. But right now, you're resisting arrest.
Get out of the car, we're gonna drag you out. We're gonna break your window, drag you out. Don't do this.
What conduct did I do that was
Disorderly conduct, it's a criminal charge.
disorderly conduct?
ARS 13-2904, anything that disrupts the peace of another. Get out of the car, you're under arrest.
Wait, you witnessed disorderly conduct to arrest?
Get out of the car.
Is there a sergeant here?
My lieutenant's right here.
Okay,
Get out of the car.
disorderly conduct to arrest me,
We're trying to talk to you.
Well, he's saying I'm under arrest.
So why don't you roll on the window and we'll talk to each other?
Well, am I under arrest or not?
So we're doing an
So I'm not
investigation.
under arrest and they
Okay,
just
but
threatened
you're
to
being
arrest?
detained. You're being lawfully detained.
Okay, I'll agree with you there.
So want to act like you're normal for a
Am I
second?
under arrest like this officer?
Okay, what did
said?
I just tell you?
You said I'm not.
What did I tell you? That you're being detained, right?
Sir, please step out of the vehicle.
No.
Okay.
So I said I'll
There you
talk
go.
to you.
Okay, do you have any weapons in your car?
I'm not going to answer any
Okay,
questions.
because this is a big difference between us taking you out or not. So you can run down the window the whole way and let us see your hands, or we're going to rip you out of the car. Roll down the window. Okay, this isn't a bro, we're getting to the point where this isn't a negotiation, okay?
I understand my rights. I have no officer.
Okay, well, if you understand your rights, there's a Supreme Court's case that says you have to get out of the car. Okay, this is a lawful traffic.
On private property?
You're stopping me. Okay,
So
do you
what am
want
I
to argue about this,
for?
or do you want to talk about why we're here?
If he really wants to talk about why he's there, why does he need to be in handcuffs? Can't cops have a little manners? Scott Woolley, the park manager who called the police, then lies to the cops.
So I tried to arrange a meeting with us. We had an incident. He got in one of my security guys' face last night, so I tried to arrange a meeting with the guy. Then he got all pissy on a text with security, even though I'd sent him an email to meet with me about his actions. So then he came up and just stormed the office. Very combative. We have a history at one of the other parks of being combative. He recorded me the whole time. I just wanted to have a professional conversation.
Describe combative, what does that mean?
Raising his voice extremely high.
Okay, so yelling?
Not listening to my side. He's recording me.
Was he?
He tried. I have a kind of a line cross, and he tried to. And he got in my security guy's face last night. Okay.
You can see him practically struggling to get any criminal activity pinned on the man. Corey had recorded everything, and you can clearly see the lies.
Okay, so how close was he when he was yelling at you?
Oh, within 3 feet. But he was yelling and using it as what the conversation was last night. So it wasn't like he's very intimidating. I mean, that's all I can say.
Was he cussing?
No cussing.
Okay, did he threaten you?
Just said he was going to take it to legal and corporate.
Okay. So what are the text messages?
So this is what concerned us at first. The security officer basically said that we were going to meet with him at 8:42 at 10:30. So are you refusing? And he says, why are you being invasive? Please give me the manager's email. I sent him the email with all my contact information. Then he says, act like no one is safe here, and you're rude, immature, and evasive. Now you made me unsafe and aggravated. I will only communicate. Do not approach me, or else things may escalate. So we thought, well, this is kind of getting out of hand.
You keep saying he was intimidating and combative. So combative.
Very argumentative.
Argumentative. Okay. Was he squaring up with you, bowing up?
No, just.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think he's threatening my safety, but he's not listening to comments.
And you guys don't want him here anymore because of him violating whatever policies, rules you have?
Well, at this point, since it's got combative like this, and that it's going to escalate, and even though he didn't even respond to my email about meeting with me.
Scott is using big words like combative and escalate, but he can't give one good example of Corey actually doing any of that. You'd be surprised to know that these cops did do some sort of real investigation.
With him, it doesn't sound like it was necessarily disorderly. He was argumentative, went into the store or whatever, and last night had gotten into an argument and gotten into a security guard's face. That was last night. Today he went in there basically doing this, argumentative, yelling, screaming.
He was yelling and screaming.
No profanities, no threats. He was about 3 feet away from the guy the whole time. He said he felt intimidated, but he didn't feel like he was
wasn't trying to start a fight with someone.
No.
Like if you look at the disorderly conduct statute, I mean, does this guy fit the statute?
Disturbance of another.
Property.
The officers eventually decide to let the man go, since this was more of a civil matter, not a matter of the law. But this incident isn't over yet because one officer was going to make a dumb mistake.
Terrible name's Corey, right? Okay. All right, you're free to go. And I'm going to ask you, you don't have to?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to show me the recording?
Yeah. I will show you of in here.
Of the
now that we're done, you've released me and we're good to go. I'll shut off my phone and
you're 100% free.
I'll just show you so that you can get the tone of what was going on. And back, you know why.
Him? Oh man, you guys, trust me, this is gonna get real.
It looks like that's that. That one. So then,
Why did that stop recording though? Was your interaction done with that?
I walked away. I was like, this is gonna get it, and I just walked away.
Convenient.
Convenient? What's convenient?
Oh, nothing.
You have the other ones on there? What's convenient?
The fact that you stopped recording when you wanted to.
When I walked away, it was convenient?
Yeah.
Dude, what is your problem, bro? Are you looking to... You see this? Are you recording?
We're all recording. I'm recording. I'm not
Okay,
hiding anything.
good. I'm gonna get that body cam, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna file a complaint on you.
Okay.
That's out of line.
Do you have any other videos?
Convenient? You know exactly what you meant by that.
You're choosing to record what you want.
I'm recording the whole interaction. I turned and walked away. And you're telling me that's convenient? Were you there? Do you know what happened? I'm trying to give you evidence right now, and you're starting to you.
I'll leave LT. I'm sorry. That was my mistake.
All right, man.
I apologize, sir. I'm leaving.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Because I was going to try to talk to him afterwards and ask him not to put on YouTube.
Well, that was going to happen anyways, so.
On the following day, Corey filed a complaint with Lieutenant Joe Johnson of the Sheriff's Office against the officer who made the petty remark. The Sheriff's Office assured him that they would reinvestigate the matter, which resulted in Corey being charged with a series of crimes and then being arrested. In court, Corey got a massive win and he got all charges dismissed. On top of that, the Sheriff's Office got tons of complaints from locals. However, this next case is horrifying because CCTV footage caught cops harassing innocent civilians while they were drunk off duty. On January 15, 2022, a Billings police officer and a Yellowstone County Sheriff's deputy were harassing cars as they drove by at a parking lot at a casino. He tried to break that car's side mirror, but the next car driver wouldn't just drive off.
I got one too. Don't fucking pull a gun, you idiot. You kidding me? Pull a fucking gun. Pull a gun. Pull a gun. You fucking kidding me? That's not me. Get out, please. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm gonna pull a gun too. He stopped you?
The two officers and the civilian jump the driver. They start beating him up. He pulls a gun in self-defense, and he fires a shot. A bullet fragment hits one of the officers in the face. At the same time, their civilian friend removes the passengers and fights the driver from inside the car.
You got you in the face. You got you shot in the face. He shot me in the face. God, Steve!
The civilian friend of the cops was able to jump out as the car turned. Everything the driver did was in pure self-defense. Surprisingly, the officers didn't try to mess with the white SUV after that.
Right? No, not yet. No, I'm calling right now. Yes.
People from the casino provided medical aid to the injured gangster, and after a while, the driver came back to pick up his passenger. The injured gangster tries to chase the car down, but it had already left and was being chased by police cruisers. The driver ran and flipped his car and got severely injured. This is what the police chief had to say about the incident.
I'm looking at, as our officers, my officer, sheriff's deputy, are victims of violent crime. Okay, now we need to know what took place that precipitated the thing, but at the end of the day, the information we have is somebody pulled a gun on him. Someone pulled a gun on him.
6 months after the incident, a press release stated that both deputies violated policies on ethics. One of the deputies received a letter of reprimand stating that what he did was naughty, but we'll let it slide. The other officer was suspended for 2 weeks. If you thought that was frustrating, this next case will actually blow your mind because of how stupid the cops are. October 31, 2022, police stopped a visually impaired man after someone reported him brandishing a firearm.
Hi there.
Hey.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational aid. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looked like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't have
you
to.
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir. I'm
Have
doing
a
my
good day.
job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
She has too much pride to admit she was wrong. All that money into de-escalation training gone to waste. Let's see if the supervisor was smart enough to investigate.
Don't.
Sir, what'd she stop you for? For a walking stick.
So,
and it could look like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime. Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID. Well, now she has verified that I am not armed. Okay. So there is no problem. Do you have your ID or not? I do have my ID, but you don't need it. Okay. Okay. You deserve it.
77 Whiskey Mike detained. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir?
Like a bunch of trained dogs, the cops eventually sniffed the man's ID out. Let's see if the ID tells them if he was committing a crime.
There you go.
Thank you.
I want your names and badge numbers.
1257 on Nick, 65 floor 27.
Yeah, 4427. Preferably
Hotel
your cards.
322 457 61 2540.
26, 23, just one. Sir, are you legally blind? Yes, I am. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Not all the time.
26. Green. All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number. You know, I'll put him in jail for resisting.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Have a seat.
You want to pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
If all else fails, they can always put you in jail for resisting. That's their fail-safe. Mr. Hodges has retained attorney John Phillips. Have you ever heard of a police officer so corrupt and stuck up that even his colleagues a federal investigation of the Columbia County Sheriff's Office? Hope he sues these two to oblivion. But these cops weren't half as racist as this next cop. On December 22, 2020, Officer Adam Coy was in the neighborhood to investigate a complaint about someone inside a running vehicle when he encountered Andre Hill sitting in an SUV. Adam Coy and killed Andre Hill coming out of his friend's garage. The cross-examination was like a war zone for him.
So from your position of where you are, the individual comes in front of you, right?
Yes, sir.
You're standing up and then comes down to your right.
Yes, sir.
And then the next house to your right is 1062.
Yes, sir.
Goes up to that porch.
Yes, sir.
Was anything said by the individual to you at that point in time?
Not at that point in time, sir.
What happens next?
He bangs on the front door really hard, and waits for approximately a minute.
Okay, when he banged on the front door, did anyone come to the door?
No, sir.
Was there any reaction in the house?
Completely dark, sir.
No lights came on, anything of that nature?
That is correct.
Waits for a minute, what happens next?
He repeatedly knocks again.
Okay. What is going through your mind when he repeatedly knocks again? I'm sorry, I guess so. When he knocked repeatedly the second time, did anyone come to the door?
No, they did not. Something's not starting to add up because he said that this person was waiting on him and about to be out. Now, why aren't they answering the front door?
Okay. What does the individual do?
Leaves the front porch, goes back in between the same route that he took to get there, passes between my vehicle and his again.
What do you say to him?
The lawyer then shifted to asking about the fatal event, and this is where we see Coy get a little emotional.
You see the person crouched down. What happens next?
I shine my flashlight on him and I say, something's not adding up here. Come out here, show yourself.
Okay. Something's not out here. Come out here, show yourself. When you say show yourself, have you used that before as a police officer?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Due to the fact that he was crouched in the corner, I was talking to his whole body. I wanted to see every bit of him.
Okay. You order him to show yourself what's going on. Come out here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have your weapon out?
No, sir.
Do you know where Officer Detweiler is?
Somewhere behind me.
Okay. What happens next, Adam?
Mr. Hill's walking towards me.
Okay. Does he immediately come out?
No, sir.
Does he respond to your question? What's going on?
Not at first, sir.
Did you hear anything from him?
No, sir.
And at the corner of the car, when he turns towards you, what do you see?
Silver revolver in his right hand.
Where was that silver revolver coming up in his right hand?
From behind his leg, and it was coming up at me.
Okay. And when you saw that, what did you think was going to happen, Adam?
I thought I was gonna die.
What did you do in response to that, Adam?
I drew my gun. I yelled, gun, gun, and I 4 shots.
Why did you fire 4 shots?
That's what stopped it.
Okay. Did you fire any shots before when he was sideways?
No, sir.
Did you fire any shots when he was going to the garage or anything like that?
No, sir.
When you saw him come to the edge of the car, what did you see in his right hand?
A silver revolver.
Okay, why a silver revolver, Adam? What describe that for ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
It's a revolver is thinner in the front and thicker in the back.
Okay. What happens next, Adam? Did you turn your body-worn camera on?
Immediately.
Okay. What happens next?
I keep my weapon trained on Mr. Hill. He's down, but I can't see the gun anymore. I can't see his hands. Officer Detweiler says that should I approach, and I tell her to stay back.
Why?
I still couldn't see his hands. I wanted to see where that gun was.
Okay.
He was crying tears of remorse right now, but wait till you realize what Hill was actually holding in his right hand.
I got up to a point where I was standing next to Mr. Hill, and I rolled him back. And as I rolled him back, I looked to my left, and I started looking for where the gun was. And I seen the pile of keys sitting there. And I said, fuck.
Why, Adam?
I knew at that point that I made a mistake.
Okay. Had you seen keys in his right hand, would you have fired your weapon?
No, sir, I would not have.
Had you seen a cigarette pack in his right hand, would you fire the weapon?
No, sir, I would not have.
Did you believe that he had a silver revolver in his hand?
I did.
Okay. How did that make you feel, Adam, when you realized that you were mistaken?
I was horrified. It was the worst night of my life.
What did you do at that point, Adam?
I went in shock. I started dry heaving. I couldn't control myself. I couldn't think straight.
Did you tell anybody what you were believing in your mind as to the reasonable suspicion about what might be going on?
No, I did not.
Why not, Adam?
I'm not quite sure. Everything just went as a blur to me, and I knew I had just been involved in an officer-involved shooting, and that I was supposed to remove myself from the situation. I'm no longer supposed to be part of this investigation.
Did you ask to call a medic?
I did.
Who did you ask that to?
Officer Detweiler.
Did you ask for officer support?
I did.
Why?
Because I had just been involved in a critical incident. I needed officer support there.
Okay. Do you remember wandering around the scene?
Not really.
Okay.
I remember just being dazed. I remember wandering around the driveway a little bit.
Is there any doubt in your mind that you saw something silver in Andre Hill's hand coming towards you?
No, sir, no doubt.
When you saw that, what did you believe was going to happen?
Thought I was going to die.
Why did you fire your weapon at that point?
Because I saw an imminent threat, and I didn't want to get shot right before Christmas.
Would you ever want to get shot after Christmas, Adam?
No, sir.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
Almost 10 minutes passed before officers at the scene began to aid Hill, who lay bleeding on the garage floor. He was pronounced dead at a hospital. The trial went on, and we could see the crocodile tears this murderer was crying.
Mr. Coy, was he obeying your commands?
Partially, sir.
Partially? You told a man to come out, and he's coming out. Did you tell him to do anything else?
Show yourself.
And he was showing himself by coming out, wasn't he?
Only part of himself, sir.
Well, he was behind a Nissan Altima. What could he do more to show himself besides walking to you?
Not hide his right hand behind his leg.
So you're saying that he was hiding his right hand behind his leg?
He walked several steps. Normal people walk with swinging the arms. He was walking with his right hand staying behind his leg.
Okay. At that point, you were concerned where his hands were?
Yes, sir.
But nowhere in this encounter did you say, show me your hands, did you?
It happened too fast, sir.
Nowhere in this encounter did you say, show me your hands?
I said, show yourself, sir.
When asked the question, of when you shouted, "Show yourself," he turned and started walking out. Would you say he's obeying your commands right there? Your response was, he is. He is responding to my commands. But, and a normal reaction from my training and the thousands of times I've had somebody when I give that loud authoritative voice, the response normally is to like, hey, you know, you got it. What's going on? I didn't. He was responding to me there, but he wasn't responding in a manner that was submissive. You remember saying that to the agents?
Yes, sir.
So would Mr. Hill still be alive if he was submissive to you?
Sustain.
As you're walking there up the garage and throughout this entire interaction, you had a mic on your chest, correct?
On my shoulder, sir.
On your shoulder. That communicates with whom?
Everyone.
And you would agree with me that it is your duty and responsibility to communicate important things to other police officers, isn't that right?
When it's time, sir.
Mr. Coy, isn't it true that you really never formulated an opinion that something serious was happening in that house, did you?
I'm sorry, sir?
You never formulated an opinion as to that there was something serious happening in that house, did you?
As we were walking up the driveway, I began to think that this could be a home invasion or a burglary. I just a couple months earlier had a home invasion where I walked in on a ski mask person with a gun. I had three girls downstairs, one girl upstairs, duct tape. It was fresh in my mind.
Mr. Coy, so fresh that you never pulled your weapon out, did you?
Not till I saw a threat, sir.
So much of a threat that you saw that this incident was so powerful that you never even told anyone about it, correct?
No, sir.
You didn't radio dispatch, did you?
I told Officer Detweiler too, sir.
And the fact was that you had an unarmed man who didn't have a weapon, and then you just came up with this story later to cover yourself, correct?
No, sir.
And the first time that you let anyone know that you thought a burglary was happening is when you wrote that statement about a month after this happened.
No, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
After ending an innocent man's life, he fled the scene. His actions had consequences, and soon enough, the jury gave their verdict. Coy faces a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. And to somewhat ease the loss to Hill's family, the state and Andre Hill's family came to an historic settlement.
We will remember his legacy.
Have you ever heard of a police officer so corrupt and stuck up that even his colleagues hate him?
Your speech is a little bit slurred. All right, I can smell it coming off your breath. I can see the redness in your eyes.
And we ain't got time for all this. We pulled him out. His shirts get ripped, and he had to get slammed to the car.
It's not against the law to drink and drive.
How do you bring down a criminal when that criminal is your partner? This is the shocking reality some good cops face, just like this first cop who had to arrest the sheriff. On 21 September 2024, the Gaming Enforcement Unit at MGM Springfield was investigating a vehicle parked in the valet area with its right front tire missing and damage to the wheel. Moments later, Sheriff Kochi, the owner of the vehicle, arrived.
How you doing, Sheriff?
Good, very good.
Good. Hi, Lieutenant Corey Mackey.
Boss.
What's that? Who's busting what?
They changed his tire.
Okay. Just to let you know, we came down to this.
Yeah.
We are recording, just so you know.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was coming around the corner. I popped the tire.
Do you know where? We're trying to.
Yeah, right
we were
here.
looking to see where you were in the casino and everything, and
it's all good.
It's all good.
Change his tire.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. The problem is, hang on for a second. Were you the one driving it?
No.
You weren't driving it?
No.
Okay. Who was driving you?
A friend of mine.
A friend of yours? He's in the casino now?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see that too. All right. But I need you to stay here for a second. All right. Sir, none of us wants to be involved in this. All right. But I can smell. I can smell alcohol coming from your breath. I've got this right here.
Yeah.
Everything's on camera. I got to take it by the numbers.
Change the tire.
I got to take it by the numbers. We're going to review. If your friend in there was driving, as you say, we'll see that on the camera. I can go talk to him. Everything will be good. all right?
Seriously? I'll tell you what. Leave the car here. Leave it.
Nope, sir. Sir, I'm going to ask you to stay here. Stay put, all right?
Why?
Till we figure this out. Because based on what I'm seeing here and smelling alcohol on your breath, I'm going to have to do an investigation through this, okay?
Okay.
All right? And if everything is fine, you know, if it determines that there's no...
Change the tire.
No, he's not changing the tire right now.
Let me
Absolutely
tell you
not.
something. He can change the tire.
He's not changing the tire yet.
Yeah. Okay. Want to go down the road, huh? Okay.
I want to take everything right by the number. Okay.
You might be wondering what the Hampton County Sheriff was doing at the casino in the first place. Well, with an annual income of $191,000, he had to blow it off somewhere, but Coachy was getting a little irritated now.
By the numbers and by the book, sir.
That's what we do.
That's correct. Yeah. All right. And if at the end of it everything is good.
Stop turning towards me.
Sir, just stand over here for me, all right? Please.
I'm going to go back in the fucking...
No, you're not going back in the casino. All right, sir. Sir, I understand you are the sheriff. I respect that immensely. But right now I'm conducting an investigation, okay? I need you to stay here and follow the directions,
100%.
okay? All right?
You can't pop the tire, huh?
What's that?
You can't pop a tire.
You're not going to be able to put a tire on that rim anyways. That rim is completely and utterly destroyed.
I got my guy.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Where, do you know where you ran something over? Where was it?
Right up on the corner. And I took the turn.
Took the turn into here?
Yeah.
Okay. There looks like there's a plant on there. Was there a plant that...
Might have been.
Might have been?
I don't know.
But that's where it was? So the remnants of the tire should be down that way? You don't know?
I have no idea.
Okay. Can I ask you where you're coming from today?
Springfield Country Club.
Springfield Country Club?
Yeah.
All right. The golf tournament? No, we're just there.
I was there playing golf.
We're there playing golf? Okay.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for another one of my supervisors so we can have two people here, okay?
Good.
All right? That way everything's recorded, everything's inspected, everything's going to be nice and easy, okay, sir?
It's all good.
All right? Officer Cotto. Can you head down to the corner at East Columbus and just see if there's any remnants of the tire there at all? That's where you were and there was nothing there?
Yeah. The right may not be.
May not be where you hit it. Can you head down to the corner at East Columbus and just see if there's any remnants of the tire there at all? That's where you were and there was nothing there?
Yeah. The right may not be.
May not be where you hit it? Okay.
That's where I hit it, but...
Okay. Did you, after turning in here and hitting it, did you drive anywhere else where you could find the tire?
No.
No? So, okay. I'm just saying, the tire should be somewhere between where that was hit and here.
Yeah,
okay. Can you just do me a favor one more time? Just walk down there and then walk the whole way back to see if we can find the tire.
He just went back on his statement that he popped the tire when he turned into the casino, because the cops told him there was no evidence of that. And then Coachy finally admits his crime.
How much you had to drink tonight, sir? Couple beers?
Yeah. Keep recording me. We're not going nowhere.
Okay. I'd like to ask you to do field sobriety.
Nope, not going to happen.
Not going to happen?
I'm not driving. Yeah. Field sobriety for what?
Well, you drove in.
That was a long time ago. What's up, Nicky?
That's how easily these tyrants can lie. And denying the field sobriety tests is just an admission of guilt at this point. Now the officers had a clear lead to where this stop was about to head towards.
Sir, when you went into the casino, did you have any drinks in the casino?
Negative.
You did not have any drinks in the casino? Because that's what we're waiting on right now. We're trying to figure out if you went in and had anything inside.
Zero.
You had nothing inside, so anything was at the golf course?
Yep.
Okay. And sir, it was from East Columbus onto MGM Way where you think you hit that?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, sir, can you come over here? I want to talk to you a little bit more. All right? I'd like you, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. All right? You came from East Columbus, you turned in here, we can't find the tire. Okay. That's fine. There's clear indications that that rim is pretty destroyed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? You got here about 6:40 something, 6:45, so maybe 25 minutes before you and I started interacting, somewhere around a half hour. All right? You've got clear indications of alcohol consumption.
100%.
All right. I can tell that you've admitted to alcohol consumption. You got your speech a little bit slurred. All right. I can smell it coming off your breath. I can see the redness in your eyes.
Based on the officer's observations and review of the video from the casino, Kochi was placed under arrest for allegedly operating a motor vehicle under the influence of intoxicating liquor. But the law was still lenient with him. He'll be on probation for a year, lose his driver's license for 45 days, and be required to complete a driver alcohol education program, all while remaining in his full capacity as sheriff. So he keeps getting paid $191,000 a year. However, this next cop was the ultimate pain in the sides of his colleagues. On 21 April 2024, Officer Joey of the Rennes PD pulled over a suspect for swerving between lanes. He then radioed in to other officers to bring him a breathalyzer so he could confirm his suspicions.
Where y'all headed to?
You drop your truck off?
Where's that?
Ain't right here.
Is this your car or his car?
No, his car.
This one is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mom car.
Moments later, Officer Quincy Cannon and Sergeant Brown arrive on scene. This is where Quincy would show us how stupid of a cop he is.
You said you need an alcohol sensor? The alcohol sensor?
Here. Joey, I'm finna go home.
So who's doing the Who's doing the DUI?
One of y'all make it up.
Okay. Hey.
Hey. I'm not even. Unless y'all want to work it, I'm not arresting nobody. Because I'm not doing anything because they still got me on nights. So unless y'all want to work the DUI, if not, I'm gonna have somebody come pick them up. That's your
cool. Who stopped the car?
I did.
I got called for it. Your body camera's upside down.
Yeah, some of this.
But I just got called. Y'all asked for alcohol sensor. I have an alcohol sensor. Whoever needs it can.
Yeah, just let me see it real quick. I'm gonna stop and blow into it.
I mean, if you don't want to blow into it, you don't have to. You know that it's not against the law to drink and drive. I mean, it's not against the law to have a beer and drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to see if he can drive.
And how can you prove that? I mean, I have the most training right now on scene.
Then you need to get
You
need to act like it. Then
no, I am acting like that. I'm telling.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling.
Okay, well here you deal with
that
it.
man ain't gonna drive off me.
You deal with it.
No, I'm saying like.
No, you deal with it. You got it.
If it'll help what I could do, I was taking that to Lord.
Come on.
Quincy was acting like a know-it-all, so much so that Deputy Joey had enough and decided to hand over his DUI to the so-called veteran of the force. Quincy was dumbfounded.
I don't know what he feels about today, but come on. What chick?
So what was unsafe about him?
Rand's 102 Central. I'm in service. Turn over to whoever.
Central Package.
Essential, I'm out of service off duty. Hey Siri. Call John Maynard.
How you doing?
Hey sir, my name's Officer Ken. I work for Rennes Police Department. What happened today?
I don't know. I got pulled over.
You got pulled over? Okay. By him?
I don't know.
Okay.
By him or who?
Okay. Okay. All right. How much you had to drink today?
I had one beer today.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Now I know my blood pressure's up.
Okay. Well, what we want to do is we just want to check you.
All right, it's your choice. Do you want to blow on this? I gotta see. Right now, I mean, you looking functional to me. It's nothing like that. I don't see nothing. I didn't even stop you. Like this is completely. I didn't stop. I didn't stop you.
But
you know,
they saying I was swerving all over the road.
Look, bottom line is we just want you to blow in this. That way we can see if you are able to drive.
The thing, Brown, is
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay,
so
and that's his choice.
I wasn't swerving. Well, I don't know who called y'all. I followed him to the shop. Take the truck to the shop.
Hey, Sergeant Brown, that's his choice. I gotta prove that he's less safe. I can't. It's against. I'll violate his Fifth Amendment right.
No, he was proved less safe when he was crossing that line.
And now
crossing what line? I did not.
If pissing off one deputy wasn't enough, Quincy now started arguing with Officer Brown. It's like he was working against his own partners. Eventually, Brown had to pull him aside because he was being too much of an idiot.
I gotta visibly see what's like. When I make my DUI, I visibly see abnormal behavior.
We're not going to hold courtside rules, one.
Okay.
Two, we're not going to argue with each other in front of people. We're here to back one another up, okay?
And Joey left.
Okay, well, I can't help what Joey did. Now it's me and you here.
Okay.
So we're going to do what's got to be done.
Okay, and what's
right
that?
now we're looking like complete idiots to them, okay?
Okay. So what do you want me to do?
If Joey stopped, Joey don't want to do nothing with it, that's fine. He don't want to blow on that, that's fine. But he's not driving that car away from here.
I can't
due to his driving.
I can't be part of that because that's unlawful.
Well, you go do what you're gonna do. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Oh my God, this is completely.
Okay, this is where
Sir,
we're
here
at.
goes your ID back.
Based on his driving, we got a call that he was all over the road. At one time, he was getting in the other line. We got behind him back there, and he was going over, steadily hitting that yellow line, crossing. Okay, and we don't bother you unless you hit it about 3 or 4 times. Yes, sir. Across. So that's why he got pulled over. Yes, sir.
Brown told the idiot to get lost and decided to wind up the stop himself. Brown's years of experience showed as he proceeded to peacefully come to a conclusion with the suspect.
The officer that stopped him already said he wasn't going to pursue no DUI with him and lock him up. But what we want to do is check him and see if he was okay to drive. Yes, sir. But since he refused to let us check him, then I need somebody to drive that vehicle.
Well, what I can do, I can let him get in with me. I'm gonna go right down to the Lords and unload my truck. I'll come back and load this one up and take it back to Barton.
Okay. Because I don't want him getting hurt, and I don't want him hurting nobody else.
Because he was doing me a favor. Because I don't have a vehicle at the time.
Well, see, it could just be his blood pressure.
Yes, sir.
We don't know.
Yes, sir. I understand. Well, like I said, if it's okay,
could be a sugar out of whack. We don't know. But I just don't want him getting hurt.
Okay, well, if it's okay, we'll just leave this here. I'm gonna run that truck down the Lords.
Okay.
And we'll come back and load this one up, and I'll just drive both of them back.
Well, I ain't telling you got to do that. I'm just asking
I would
you
rather
if you
do that because I
will do
appreciate
that.
y'all for what y'all doing for me.
Because I don't want him getting hurt.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right,
That's
I appreciate
what we'll do. I'm gonna leave the truck right here, and we're gonna go on down there and unload it.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir.
Officer Quincy was a nuisance to the PD and to the suspects he arrested, so much so that he landed himself in hot waters after use of excessive force against a suspect. Quincy went through an internal investigation along with 2 of his tyrants in blue.
This investigation is to determine whether any criminal laws have been violated during the use of force incident. It is not an administrative or disciplinary inquiry, and you're not being compelled to give any statement or answer any questions. Your cooperation in this investigation is voluntary. Do you understand?
Yes.
You accosted and Wilson come here to the sheriff's office. Walk me through step by step what happened when you were here at the sheriff's office.
We told him to get out the car. He didn't want to get out the car. We pulled him out the car. He didn't want to go in the office. You probably see it's on camera trying to get him in the office. Deputy Costa's trying to put him in the office. Well, the sheriff's office. Open the door. We take him to the elevator. He starts moving around more. He gets up. He gets pushed to the thing, and then I punched him in the stomach, and I hit him in the face. I said, "Stop."
Okay. Let's back up a little bit. You said you told him to get out of the car.
He didn't get out of the car.
Okay. And you said who was pulling him out of the car?
The cops pulled him out of the car.
Okay. And then you guys walked to the back door.
Side door.
Okay. And what happened at the side door? Who had hands on him?
We can see clearly on the CCTV footage how violently all these officers were slamming a handcuffed suspect against the wall and door. As the interview goes on, Quincy would go into details about how he committed his crimes.
He started pulling away in there. Costa put him to the thing. And so I punched him in the stomach and I hit him in the face. I said, stop. And he was also talking about cold too. So in the heat of the moment, he probably pissed me off with that, with the second punch. Hit him, I said his name's Cole, and I said stop it.
And you said you punched him in the stomach, and then you punched him in the face?
Yeah, it was like a quick 1-2, well, with the same fist. It was like quick. It was in the stomach, and then it was in the face. I was like, damn, and I said his name's Cole, and I said stop.
A quick 1-2 is what he described as his assault on a defenseless man. It was like he was expecting to be commended for it. The investigator now pushes Quincy to where the real assault happened, inside the elevator at the sheriff's office.
I understand tempers are raised, emotions are high. You've just gone through an officer-involved shooting where your partner has been shot, somebody that you're close to has been shot. So with that, I understand, you being upset and being frustrated, especially with somebody that's being, resistant to you guys. It's just, we're talking a lot of shit. Yeah. So you guys get up here. Now, the incident occurs at the sheriff's office. The pushing and shoving at the door, the punching in the elevator. Okay? Do you see why that is a concern to us?
Yes.
Okay. That's why we need to talk to you about that. Okay? Did anybody else punch him?
No, nobody else punched him. Like literally, he had to get slammed to the wall like he did several times through the incident. Like you said, you made a statement. You said it was something going on at the door. Was my patrol car door open?
Yes.
So it don't take 5 seconds to get out the car. Mm-hmm. So he don't want to get out the car. We should have charged him for obstruction at that point. We told him to get out the car. He didn't want to get out the car. He's still running his mouth.
Mm-hmm. What's he saying at that point in time?
He's just talking about coal and all this stuff. It wasn't what I wanted to hear. Mm-hmm. And I like get out the car. Get out the car. He didn't want to get out the car, so I said, forget all that. He grabbed him. We pulled him out. And then we ain't got time for all this. We pulled him out. His shirts get ripped, and he had to get slammed to the car. Then he had to get muscle handled to the thing, and then he's doing all this pulling and stuff again. He had to get slammed to the wall again, and we didn't want to take no chances. So we're doing what force we need to do. Then he's still talking about Cole, and then he gets in the elevator. He does it again. I'm like, so I hit him once in the stomach and once in the face. It was like a quick 1-2 because the cop had to put him to the wall, and I said, stop.
Quincy is playing the role of the judge and jury by delivering his own twisted justice. Mind you, this is the same officer who said this in the traffic stop.
Hey, Sergeant Brown, that's his choice. I gotta prove that he's less safe. I can't. It's against, I'll violate his Fifth Amendment right.
His true nature was finally exposed in this interview. All he was doing now was digging his hole even deeper.
Is it how you end up with a busted lip when you punched him in the face?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. It probably could be. Yes.
Let me ask you, did he have a busted lip when he got out of the car?
I don't know. It was so dark out there. I don't know. But more than likely, it was probably because of me. Am I getting charged for this?
No, we're doing just overall investigation right now. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're getting locked up and nothing like that. Okay, I don't know. I have to get back with my supervisor and say, hey, this is what came out of our interviews, and then we have to take other steps after that. Okay, I'm going to shoot you straight. Okay.
After injuring the suspect in police custody, these butthurt officers didn't even give him first aid. What we'll see next are conflicting statements of the officers when it came to what happened inside the elevator.
He wasn't faced to the wall right away. First, I think we walked in, and
So you're in a tight space with an offender and 2 other officers. Doesn't matter if there's 10 officers in there. Every officer, I guarantee, is going to blade their gun, and they're going to make sure they have eyes on the subject at all times, right? So you have eyes on this guy the whole time, but every time you can ask if someone hit him, it's I don't know.
No, I'm saying No, I'm in the elevator because I remember hitting the button.
Oh, I know you're in the elevator. Yeah, I know you're in the elevator.
I think I was hitting the button. I think there's a camera in the elevator or something. But I think I was hitting the button or something. Walked in, Acosta walked in, and walked in, faced the elevator like someone would normally do. And then something happened. He got pushed. Something probably happened immediately. Didn't catch my attention. Probably pulling away again, like I assumed. And he got slammed to that back right corner.
Okay. So if I'm looking into the elevator to the right corner?
Yeah, just like you handle anybody. I mean, somebody's pulling away from you, you just slam them to the wall with their handcuffs, and you kind of like, secure them.
So he was facing the back wall or facing you all?
Walked in, you walk in the elevator, you look out the door, you force toward the door. I know that happened, and then something happened, and he got pushed to that wall, and I said, stop. Boom, boom.
It's highly unlikely that two officers were pushing the buttons. Quincy admits to beating the suspect inside the elevator as well. This was everything the investigators needed. Quincy, along with two other former deputies, Andrew Acosta and Robert Wilson, was arrested and charged by GBI on charges of battery and violation of oath of office. Quincy was also fired. In a comedic twist, Quincy has since sued the sheriff's office, claiming his termination was racially motivated. Some officers tend to be trigger-happy, which ends up costing them their careers. In 2019, Neely and Miller traveled from Oklahoma to Pensacola to attend a law enforcement conference at the Hilton Pensacola Beach Hotel. After multiple complaints about noise from their hotel room, a security guard entered the room and found Neely sitting on top of Miller. Miller was presumed deceased a short time later.
How you doing, Mike? Hello. I'm Investigator Martinez. I think you've already met Investigator Tatum. Here's my card, sir. Mike, before we begin, I'm going to advise you of your rights, all right?
Yeah.
Do you remember hotel staff or a hotel employee coming up and telling you guys to keep it down?
I don't remember that.
So what is the last thing you remember as far as that evening until the football game?
Well, I know you're asking me questions, but can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Okay, homicide. Who is dead?
Lucky's dead.
Lucky's dead.
Yes, sir.
I guess I probably don't have anything else to say then. I've got nothing to say to you.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Did you advise him what he was charged with?
No, Michael, you've been charged with second-degree murder.
Okay. I had no idea what I was being charged with.
Yeah, you're being charged with second-degree murder, and you're fixing to be booked in the Escambia County Jail with no bond. And we've already notified your wife,
okay.
Lucky's wife, and
Lucky is the victim.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
And we've notified y'all's department.
Okay.
And the task force head.
Okay.
Neely was acting like nothing even happened. Him and Miller were regarded as best friends by the department. Miller was also a father of 3. After much convincing from the detectives, Neely finally started to open up about the incident.
Well, do you want to continue to talk to us? If you do, then we'll tell you what happened.
I would like to know what happened. Because I'm telling you, I don't have any memory of any of this shit, and I'm shocked.
He was caught red-handed, and now suddenly he lost his memory of everything that happened that night. Instead of admitting what he did, Neely continues to play dumb.
The statement that was given by the second noise complaint could hear a male saying, Mike, stop, and then it just went quiet.
Lucky's dead. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir. He's dead. He was found dead between his bed and the wall. And his face was, his right eye was pretty much swollen shut.
Does any of that jog your memory, Mike?
No, it doesn't.
Did you have any kind of animosity or anything like that towards Lucky?
Not at all. No.
Have you ever had a violent outburst or anything like that before when you were drinking?
No.
Anybody ever told you that you got violent when you drank?
No. Yeah, that's, I can't believe it.
There's a lot of people, like I said, y'all's commander down in your unit said you guys were practically brothers.
Yeah.
He was one and you were two.
Huh. Man, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Why do you say that?
I got no problem with Lucky. I can't believe what you're telling me. It has happened. I can't believe it. Wow.
Well, this sucks for us just as much as it does for you. I mean, having to arrest a fellow officer, for something like this.
What's he dead from? I don't understand.
I mean, it appears that he's been beaten to death by all indicators that we have at this time, that we can physically see. It gives the appearance that he's beaten to death. His head is very swollen, like we said. His right eye is completely shut, and as he laid there, as time was going on, as we were getting the search warrants and everything together that we needed to do, bruises were starting to show up even more. I mean, you can't think of anything that would have triggered you to jump on Lucky?
Nothing. I mean, it's nothing. It's unbelievable.
Something happened at some point in time that triggered a reaction from you, and that's what we're just trying to figure out ourselves. I mean, we find out that you guys are down here for a damn homicide and crime scene class.
Yeah.
Sent down here by your department. And then this mess happens this morning, or last night. It just throws all of us for a loop. It throws all your bosses and everything, your wives and everything else for a loop.
Yep.
Both men were severely intoxicated the night of Miller's death, according to information presented during Miller's trial. Neely had a blood alcohol level of .294, and at the time of his death, Miller's blood alcohol level had been .334. So him claiming that he can't remember might actually have some truth to it. An Escambia County jury on March 30th found Neely guilty of second-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison. Not all sheriffs are dumb, but this next one sure is.
Has anybody told me to leave?
Somebody has called in.
And that's fine.
Shut up.
First off, you don't tell me to shut up.
I'll tell you what I want to tell you.
Okay, you're not going to tell me to shut up. You're a cop, right, bro?
Yeah.
So you get what I'm
No,
right? Okay.
I know exactly what you're trying for.
Okay, I'm just trying to rule you out so I can be on to the next person, okay?
How does a system designed to protect us sometimes fail so spectacularly? Especially the second case where an officer gets into a fatal head-on collision. Cops rarely respect our rights, and these first cops paid $75,000 for violating this man's rights. On March 22, 2019, Kenneth Grants was sitting in his SUV parked on a public easement when Officer Haynes of the Blanchard PD approached him.
Have I done something illegal?
Well, I like to identify you, just know who I'm dealing with, make sure.
Fourth Amendment right not to show that to me.
Well, if I'm making contact with you for a reasonable suspicion call like I am right now.
Being suspicious is a misdemeanor or felony.
Okay. Well, sir, here's the deal. I was called on you, okay? For a suspicious vehicle, you said yourself you don't live over here, you have a purpose. What's your purpose? Is the purpose legal or illegal?
That's for you to determine
No.
Okay. So for me to determine that, I need to see your ID.
How is my ID going to determine whether I'm...
Well, it helps let you know who I'm dealing with.
Cops usually skip over this step, but they have to investigate and determine that a crime is being committed before asking a person to identify themselves. The Haynes was about to accuse him of way more.
No.
Okay.
It's not none of your business.
Well, it is my business if you're planning on breaking into something, which I don't know if you are or not.
Make that determination whether you feel I'm going to break into something.
Well, that's why I want to identify you to help me figure out the determination.
How is my identifying?
Okay, because if I identify you and I run your check and it says you've been arrested 5 times for burglary, then I'm going to go a little bit further. If it's nothing, I'm just going to identify you, kick you loose, have a good day.
What suspicion of a crime do you think that have committed, about to commit, or...
500, you start 502 over here. So I have a call for service. Okay. I've had multiple. I've had multiple calls. And so if you're not from here, I'm not sure if you are or not, because I don't know who you are. Okay.
My plate's right back there. I'm sure you can run it.
Yeah. Okay. So is that how you want me to identify you, through your plate?
If that's what you have.
Are you the owner of the vehicle?
Do you suspect that I'm not?
I have no reason to believe you are.
Well, I'm sitting in a truck in front of the house, waiting.
For what?
My keys right here.
Okay.
That's none of your business.
It is my business.
No, it's not. Why is it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into these houses or anything like that.
Do I look like
I don't know. You have a ladder.
That's your determination you have.
You have a ladder. What could you use a ladder for?
Does have a ladder in the back of the truck?
But you also have the right. I also
You have the right to ask me.
If I'm conducting an investigation, which I'm currently doing, and you don't comply, it's obstruction, correct?
Am I being detained?
I'm asking you a question first before I answer that.
Okay. Until I know whether or not I'm being detained.
You are not free to leave at this time.
Okay, then I'm being detained. I won't answer any questions
Until I deactivate my lights, until you're free to go, you're detained. It's like a traffic stop. Okay? So, do you have an ID on you? Do you have an ID on you?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have an ID on you?
I don't answer questions. Accepting searches or seizures from persons or property nothing wrong. I'm sitting on the side of the road in front of the house. Public roadway that's perfectly legal.
This is public roadway.
Public roadway.
Owned by the city of Blanchard? But is it owned by the city of Blanchard?
Haynes was trying to throw so much shade on Grants. Even if he could take his ID and it said that he used to be a burglar, nothing would change. Haynes still has to investigate. Grants knew the laws, and what he said next showed that.
South Johnson Road.
Are you Mr. Blanche?
Not Mr. Blanche. That's not what she said.
That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Can you repeat that last name?
Hey, from Grant, George Robert, Alan Laura, Tom Zebra.
Radio distort this sometimes. Clear on Grants. So are you Mr. Grants? Alright, man. Dude, it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to identify you and catch you loose.
With this day and age, as you guys put it, citizens have to start standing up for their rights or they lose their rights.
I'm not trying to lose your rights at all, man. I'm just trying to make sure all these people around here living in this neighborhood are safe. Okay?
Do you have any reason to believe that I'm here for my rights that I'm gonna stand by?
And I understand that, and I don't want to.
For that purpose.
And I saw the Army sticker, and I appreciate your service, but I want to make sure that you're not here for nefarious reasons. So that's all I gotta do is identify you, make sure that you're not a wanted murderer, or got warrants like that, then I'll catch you loose and you have a good day.
Okay. You already ran my plates. They gave you the information that you needed. You can ask them to go ahead and run me through NCIC or.
Do you have a date of birth then? Because I have to run it with a name and date of birth.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Grants wasn't going to budge, but things would really start to heat up when Captain Bellamy arrived on scene.
You're required to do that. Will you give me your ID?
Absolutely. Show me the statute.
Give me 1 second.
Ranger 997-15 and 2. There's 1453.
Hello? Hey, Travis.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. I got a random question for you, though. I'm dealing with something right now.
Yeah.
So I got called out to an address out here in Blanchard, Summer Valley Road, for a suspicious vehicle, and gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
He's driving a vehicle?
Well, he's parked right now.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, there's no obligation for him to identify himself. I mean, unless you've got reasonable suspicion that he's committing a crime.
Well, the thing is I have no reasonable suspicion to believe that he's not committing crime because he has a ladder in the back of the truck and he's in front of houses that aren't occupied right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about, I mean, do you have anything else to suggest that he might be involved in something illicit?
Well, I'm curious why a man from Oklahoma City is parked on a dead-end road in Blanchard.
Bellamy was just plain disrespectful. Grant and Officer Haynes were having a civil discussion, and this macho just wanted to show us that he's a tough guy. Ultimately, Haynes would try to verify what Grant was trying to say by calling the district attorney.
All you've got is a guy sitting in front of an unoccupied house with a ladder in the back?
Yeah, and the road he's on is you know, it's one of those not city Blanchard roads, but he says it's city easement even though he's parked in this person's yard. Part of his truck is in the person's ditch line. He's like, well, that's easement. I'm like, well, this is a private road, so therefore it's not a city easement, buddy.
Right. Yeah, man, I don't think you got enough to compel him to give you his identification.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's not what you want to hear.
No, that's why I called you instead of just ripping him out of his truck.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, you might try to think of a way to get him pulled over and stop. But I would have to, you have to base on some sort of observed traffic violation in order to get my ID.
Yes.
But like, this person has been allowed to be for years.
Clipboard that has today. Code 4.
It has what on it?
Today's date, 3 and a camera, and it has one of these addresses.
Oh, okay. So he's got a manila envelope in his front seat in plain view with a camera on it. The manila envelope has 3 a.m. and today's date.
And one of these addresses on
and an address on the street on it.
Summer Oaks.
Summer Valley.
Did you hear that, Travis?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand it. He's got a manila envelope in plain view on the passenger seat. It's got a date and a time and an address on it.
An address on this street on it.
And it says 3 a.m.
It says 3 a.m.
And a camera.
And a camera sitting next to it.
Oh, he's probably a private investigator.
Probably, but I don't know why he wouldn't want to tell me that.
I asked him if he was a
because those guys are douchebags.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been my experience, and there's probably some of the more litigious people that you'll have to come across that be involved in a lawsuit. Yeah, and I just don't think you're over the line. I mean, I don't think you're beyond that point.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll just tell him that I'll contact Cleet about his private eye license or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to continue, talking to him and that.
But I'm just, and I gave him the same spiel I gave everybody else that says I don't have to give my ID. Yeah, you're right, you don't. But I like to know who I'm dealing with. Make sure you're not a convicted murderer. And he says, well, I don't answer any questions. I'm like, look, man, I'm not asking you a whole bunch of questions. I'm just trying to figure out who you are. If you ain't got nothing to worry about, give me your license. I'll cut you loose. Have a good day. I just have to do my job and identify and make sure you're not here robbing, because guess what? If the house gets broken into, you're the person I'm going to come talk to.
Who's the vehicle check back to?
Even the district attorney told Haynes that they had no right to ID him. The officers should have backed off.
Is he going to get out and come back here and talk to us?
No, she just said to arrest him. And he's been videoing this whole time.
I know you've been doing some
questions. Go ahead and just lock me up.
What are you arresting him for?
I don't know. Not for not.
What are you arresting?
Tells you to.
What are you arresting him for? Huh? He hasn't violated really a crime yet, so not.
Are you investigating a crime or possible crime?
Possibly.
Okay, he's obstructing an officer from doing his duty, right?
Okay.
All right.
You said you're meeting somebody here in a few minutes?
You have a legal right to make contact with you based on call.
And I don't
Now,
have
you're
to
obstructing
answer
that.
questions.
I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me.
This whole interaction.
We are ours recorded
Okay,
too.
you're obstructing an officer from doing his duty, so now you're under arrest, unless you want to cooperate. Okay? That's legal. Have a nice day.
Good.
Would you like to explain the address and the time on the folder inside your vehicle with the camera?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Look, man.
Identify yourself.
I don't answer questions.
Look, man.
They didn't ask a question. Hey.
Can you at least take your hands out of your pockets for me? Thank you.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal.
At this point, Haynes would have probably let Grants know that he was in the clear. But before he could do that, Chief Stacy White arrived on scene and just 16 seconds later asked Bellamy to cuff Grants.
Turn around, pretend you're back for a second. You're being placed in investigative detention, okay? You're in investigative detention at this time. You understand that?
I hope all your body cameras are on.
They are, sir. Do you understand that? I said you're.
Just said.
What did I say?
That I'm under investigative detention.
Okay. What does that mean?
I'm being detained.
Okay. So you're being detained.
I understand what that means.
All right. So
there's a difference between an arrest and a detention.
There is. There is. You are correct. And if you're an insurance stressor, that's fine. We'll identify you. We'll make sure you're at the right house and kick you loose. Not a big deal, bro.
Well, the folder for this house is sitting right there. And the homeowner's not home, so she doesn't.
Do you have the homeowner's name that I can contact? Make sure you're supposed to be here.
Yeah, but that's none of your business.
Okay, that's fine.
As a matter of fact, if you want to go talk to that neighbor right there, he has the garage door to let me into the house so I can get a photograph of the inside of that garage door.
That's all you had to say from the beginning, man.
I don't have to tell you that. Don't you guys understand what my rights are?
Nobody said you have to tell us that. What we said is that you have to identify yourself.
I do not.
You do have to identify yourself. But we are here investigating whether or not you have. We have reason to.
You have every right
Listen to me.
investigate.
Stop interrupting. You ask for my respect, I'm asking for yours in return. Okay? We are investigating because somebody called a suspicious vehicle and person in that vehicle. Okay? I'm not done talking. Within that investigation, we can identify you by getting your identification. You are required because we are investigating that you may be committing a crime, and therefore you must identify yourself.
What crime?
Trespassing.
Okay,
that's number one.
Okay, sir.
To be trespassed,
keeping time for all we know. Okay,
and that's
for all we
guys
know.
To determine.
That's right. And in doing that, we have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No. You can ask for my identification. I am not legally required to give it to you.
Except that you.
No, I'm not. My attorney has told me so.
I don't care what your attorney told you. You have to identify yourself because we're investigating a possible crime.
My rights are important to me.
A possible crime is being investigated.
What crime?
I just told you two.
Okay. Then arrest me for those two crimes.
We have determined that you've committed those crimes.
I haven't committed any crime.
We have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Can you look in?
I have a Fourth Amendment right not to tell you.
Helpful that you know the owners. You can make contact with their anybody.
Address rats.
As confidently as Captain Bellamy spoke, the law wasn't going to change. Ultimately, Grants took this to court, and the court ruled in his favor. Grants took home $75,000 from this case. All that money went from the taxpayer's wallet just because some deputies and a tyrant chief didn't know the law and acted out of their egos. This next case takes a horrible turn as police arrive on the scene of a head-on collision. And the prime suspect? A drunk cop. On May 1st, 2021, on a highway in Albuquerque, New Mexico, police arrived at the scene of a devastating crash.
The floor on the back. Smell it too.
Yeah. Hey, brother. Come here. Come over here. You got your driver's license on?
I'm sorry?
Do you have your license on? Yeah. Get up on me real quick. What happened?
I have no idea, man. I fucking head on. Oh my god.
What do you mean head on?
I have no fucking clue what's going on, dude.
Like, that car was coming towards you?
If I could tell you, I would, man. It just... Oh my god, dude.
What are you remembering?
I'm just trying to come home and.
Okay. So you're going southbound.
Obviously, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then.
That's it, dude. That's all.
You remember lights? You remember anything?
No. I'm top with Cuba PD, man.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, dude, I'm obviously I'm going for the Santa Fe, dude. Hello, where I'm going home.
Santa Fe's that way.
Yes. Yes, sir. Give me a second, dude. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second.
This man was the driver who collided with the car head-on. He was an off-duty Cuba Police, New Mexico police officer Brandon Barber and the prime suspect in this crash. The officer smelled alcohol on Barber and wanted to test if this was going to be a DUI case.
Oh, shit.
Can you do me a favor real quick? Follow my finger real quick, bro.
Do you got it? Yeah, I'm sorry. Whoa, sorry.
What's up, bro?
I gotta deal with all that. Hold on.
No, I know. Can you just follow my finger real quick, bro?
No.
Okay.
Not my legs, not my hands, not my anything. Hold on.
Not trying to do that.
Give me a sec. I'm sorry, I'm shaking like a motherfucker.
No, I get it.
This is torn. This is completely torn.
Okay, I understand. You're a cop, right, bro?
Yeah.
So you get what I'm
No,
right? Okay.
I know exactly what you're trying for.
Okay, I'm just trying to rule you out so I can be on to the next person, okay? Is that cool?
Try your best, but...
All I need to do is follow my finger for just a second.
I'm sorry. I'm too sorry. 2 seconds, dude. I'm so sorry.
Do you want to lean against this car right here? So you're not on your feet?
No, let me just catch my legs, dude. Son of a bitch, dude. That shit was head on like a motherfucker. That's all I fucking know. That is all I know.
Alright, can you just track my finger real quick?
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, ready?
Alright, just track it real quick, dude.
We'll try. Oh, fuck.
Just real quick.
Good luck.
The officer noted that Barber had bloodshot eyes and he was moving his head when subjected to a field sobriety test. Barber then gives his side of the story.
So you can't recall anything at all that happened?
No. I wish I fucking could, dude. I wish I fucking could.
You haven't had anything to drink this evening?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
What did you have to drink?
I had a beer today.
Okay.
I had 2 beers, actually. I'm sorry.
Okay. What time was your last drink?
I'd have to tell you.
If you had to guess. If you had to take a guess about what time was your last drink.
7 o'clock.
About 7?
Yes, sir.
Alright, and what did you have?
Oh, just like this. Were
you involved
in the accident? Yes, sir.
Who was with you?
That's me. Nobody else.
Just in the truck?
Yeah.
Alright. So, here's the deal, brother. And you know where I'm coming from, okay? I do smell alcohol on you. Obviously, there's something else going on over here that we're trying to figure out. Would you be willing to do some tests for me just so I can make sure that you're not intoxicated?
Whatever you need to do, dude.
Alright. I'm going to have you come lean on the front of this car. Because obviously you said your leg's injured, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Barber told the cop that he had 2 beers, but he seemed to be really disoriented, even in the call earlier when he was telling someone that he was going to Santa Fe while he was going the opposite way. Fortunately, Barber agreed to further tests.
Just try and keep your head straight, okay?
Yeah, nice.
You remember these tests?
Yeah, of course I do.
Alright, just keep your head straight. You turn your head, alright? Just keep your head straight. Right here on top of my finger. All the way over as far far as you can look at it.
That's it, right?
You're looking over here, brother.
That's
just follow my finger.
Can't go any
right?
further than that.
All right. Just follow my finger, all right?
You're gonna take my head with you.
Well, keep following it.
That's it, dude. Right there.
Just keep following it. What's going on, brother? You want to keep doing these or no?
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. I got hit head on, dude.
All right, let's keep doing them here. You don't mind? Huh?
You were by yourself?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you had the other two on the phone. Yes, you
Me.
were.
I was. You want to be medicated? Yes, absolutely.
He's got odor alcohol from him.
She said that when she was coming up, he had no lights on the vehicle, so she didn't see him. So she swerved out the way, and that's when.
Alright, he's looking like he's 47, based on everything I can see. Just keep an eye on him real quick. Let me go check out what's going on.
He was laughing and giggling the whole time. Little did he know that one of the two people in the car he crashed into was dead, and the other was in serious condition. Then we hear what the witnesses had to say.
Can you just give me a brief summary of kind of like what you seen, what happened?
Before we were coming, like nobody was here. It was just these two, honestly. I don't think anybody saw the accident happen.
Okay.
But I almost hit the truck in front of me because I didn't see it when I was driving. I just stopped. So that's whenever I stopped over here.
Did he have lights on?
Huh?
Did he have lights on?
No.
Okay. And he hit the truck that's there.
Truck hit this one.
Okay. I appreciate you guys. Yes, it's another person there that might be 10-7, but the other guy.
There's two in there. One's 10-7, I think. Okay. But I can't tell for sure because I turned over.
Moments later, Felix Nunez arrived on scene flexing his badge. He was the son of Barber.
That's my son in the ambulance.
Okay.
Yes, 1080s in there.
Okay.
We covered, we can, or is this going to be a 45 fatal?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
They're still trying to get this guy out.
Did he hop over or what?
We don't know yet. We just got here.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. He called, he said they're taking him, his chest was hurting and stuff, so they're taking him in.
Okay.
You got one unit going with them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
Where are you at? Were you following him, or did he call you?
No, he called us.
Okay.
I was at home.
Okay.
So I was kind of.
All right. Yeah, we'll secure everything once we get the vehicle flipped over and we can actually get in there.
All right, I'll leave it to you guys. So
Okay.
He should have this person. He might have his. Yeah, he has maybe two guns in there. He has a 380 and a 9.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
We'll do our best to find him.
All right, I'm gonna try to crawl back over now. I'm just gonna head you in a minute.
Perfect.
You have a Tyler, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll remember that.
All right.
All right, Jenkins?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Even if he was a police chief, how could the cops let him onto an active crime scene? After this, we get to see the suspect at the hospital.
So, what time did you start about drinking? You said you ended at 7, you told me on scene, right?
Yeah, it was probably like 6:45. It was one beer, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Shit.
In Albuquerque somewhere?
Honestly, I think it was like Bernalillo, honestly.
You were in Bernalillo?
Yeah, at the time.
Okay. So, you were heading to Santa Fe, you said?
Yeah, back towards Bernalillo.
Okay, so so you were in Albuquerque then? Or?
At the time, yeah.
Okay, you were in Albuquerque, all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're heading to Santa Fe?
No, back towards Bernalillo.
Back towards Bernalillo?
Yeah.
Okay. And you had one beer. What time did you guys start drinking? For the draft or what?
I don't even pay attention to the draft. I don't even fucking know how that works.
All right. What time did you about start drinking your beer?
Maybe about 3?
3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you started at 3 and you finished it at 6:45? So 3 hours and 45 minutes?
No, honestly, I only had 2 drinks.
2 drinks?
Yeah, I had 2 beers.
Okay.
I'll be in hours. I had to get my daughter from school, so it was nothing legitimate.
Okay. All right. Obviously, you smacked your head pretty good. I take it.
Fuck my shit up.
Okay. Can I finish the horizontal gaze nystagmus test on you?
I don't think it'll be legitimate, but you could try.
Do you want me? Will you accept me doing it, or do you not want to consent to it?
Let's finish this medical piece, and then we can do it after we're good from there.
All right.
I think.
All right.
I don't know, man.
Right now, I have reason to believe that you're under the influence of intoxicating liquor and/or drugs. Okay. There's an open container in the vehicle. You were actually driving possibly the wrong way on the freeway.
Me?
Yes, sir. And also, there's you have red bloodshot watery eyes, strong odor of alcohol. When I started the test, you have significant lack of smooth pursuit in your eyes, which you know what that is.
Of course, yeah.
You have also distinct and sustained nystagmus at maximum deviation in both eyes until we had to stop for the medical people, okay?
Exactly.
All right, so I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and apply for a search warrant for your blood, okay? Once I do that and the judge approves it, you know how that process works from there, okay?
If you get a search warrant, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
All right, brother.
When security officers see these power-tripping cops, they start to think they own authority too. That's when this guy puts them in their place.
Don't tell me what to do.
You have to come.
I asked you to leave.
I'm going to tell you what to do.
I know you're going to tell me what to do.
Don't touch me.
I'm asking you to leave.
Don't touch me.
Don't tell me what to do.
The one thing corrupt cops hate more than soggy donuts is getting recorded by a camera while abusing the law. These cases show just that, like this first unhinged lunatic. Auditor, Long Island Audit, visited the Village Hall at Atlantic Beach, New York to peacefully film and express his rights. What he didn't know was that an insufferable man had set his sights on him the moment he walked on premises.
Who are you?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't get your name.
No, what's your name?
No, I'm just asking for who are you, sir?
I work here. What's your name?
You work here? In what capacity?
Who are you? Do you work here?
Oh, no, I don't work here, no.
So then what are you doing here?
No, I would just like to know your name, sir. I'd like to know who I'm talking to. You said you work here, right?
I'm asking you the question. I'm not to tell you. What do you do? Do you belong here right now?
Sir, who are you? I don't know why are you speaking to me that way?
What's your name?
My name is Sean, Lou.
And what's your purpose of being here?
Well, I was trying to file a FOIL request.
A what?
A FOIL request? Do you know what that is, Lou?
Well, it's closed right now.
Well, they closed early. It's not 4 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
It's not. It's 3:59.
Okay, there's nobody here.
And they left at 3:54, I believe.
So, leaving the premises right now? You don't belong here. Do I have to call the cops?
You can call whoever you want, Lou. I was trying to get services, and it's 3:59.
I'd be glad to help you, but there's nobody here.
The lights are on. The place isn't abandoned, and this security schmuck doesn't have the capacity to listen.
I would ask you not to put your hands on me.
I'm asking you to leave.
Don't put your hands on me.
I'm asking you to leave.
Lou, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Don't tell me what to do. Listen, I'm asking you to leave. They called me up.
I don't even know who you are, Lou.
I work. It doesn't matter who I am. I'm a code enforcer here. All right, part of the security.
Am I breaking any codes?
You're not supposed to be here. They're closed.
It's not closed.
You're trying to leave.
It is not closed, Lou.
I said leave.
I'm trying to get services, Lou.
All right, come on. I'm asking you to leave.
Lou.
Then I'm asking you to leave. Then I'm asking you to leave.
Don't touch me.
I'm asking
Lou,
you to leave.
Don't touch me.
I'm asking you to leave.
Don't touch me, Lou.
I'm asking you to leave.
Calm down.
I'm asking you nicely to leave. Mary, what's this all about?
You gotta calm down, man.
Don't tell me what to do.
You have to calm down.
I asked you to leave.
I'm gonna tell you what to do.
I know you're gonna tell me what to do.
Calm down.
Who is this guy?
Calm down.
Who is this guy?
Do you know this unhinged man?
No. I'm asking you.
Do you know this unhinged man, Mary?
Please let it go.
What is wrong with you?
That's what I told him.
No, it wasn't closed. It just turned 4 o'clock. Call whoever you want. Call whoever you want, Lou.
I'm asking that they're closed. There's no reason for you to be here.
I was here when it was open.
Are they holding the launch codes inside the Village Hall or something? Why is the auditor such a huge threat and needs to leave? He paid taxes for this building.
It was calm down. You're acting like a psychopath. Can I believe that I'm trying to get services from the government?
There's nobody here.
It was 3:54 when I asked for services.
All right, stop.
You don't even know. You just came in here like an unhinged lunatic.
I asked you who you are. You wouldn't tell me. You questioned me. I work here. You don't belong.
Oh, how dare I question you, right, Lou? How dare I question you?
I'm questioning you.
How dare I? How dare? I'll be right here. I'll be right here, Lou.
Stop. And what happened?
What a complete unhinged. That man is code enforcement. He goes to people's homes and enforces code in the village of Atlantic Beach. Are you kidding me? I'll take an apology now, Lou.
You go fuck yourself. How's that?
Excuse me?
That's right. You heard what I said. You can go fuck yourself.
Excuse me? I'll take an apology.
Have a nice, yeah, go get an apology. Go stick it up your ass. Yeah, go, asshole.
Put your seatbelt on, Lou. You gotta put your seatbelt on. I'm the whack job. Put your seatbelt on, Lou. Lou, put your seatbelt on. Come on, man. You gotta follow the law. You gotta follow the law, Lou.
I can't even begin to imagine opening my door to a deranged man screaming down on me, enforcing code. The lunatic just phoned home, so now there's two of them.
You're not parked.
Ready? This is Sean.
What seems to be the problem?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
What's your name, sir?
Doesn't matter. What's the problem?
What's your name? Your name doesn't matter?
What's your name?
Your name doesn't matter?
What is your name?
Is it with like...
What is your name?
Officer, Inspector doesn't matter?
What is your name?
Sir, I'm asking you what your name is. You said is your name doesn't matter?
My name is Vincent Amoroso. What is your name?
My name is Sean.
Sean what?
Just Sean.
Sean, just Sean?
Yeah, just Sean.
Sean from where?
Sean from Earth.
Okay. So
I'm
what
just
seems
here.
to be the problem?
I don't have any problem. I think are you? Yeah, you can call them. Go ahead, Vinny. Yeah, go ahead.
What seems to be the problem?
Go ahead. Call who you need to call. If you feel safe. I'm unsafe. I mean, that's your right.
I feel perfectly fine. I want to know what the problem is.
Enforcement has arrived. Hey, officer, how are you?
Officer DeConzo 3485, Nassau County. How are you?
Thank you for identifying yourself. I appreciate it. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I didn't call you.
Yeah.
Vincent here, the inspector, called you.
Yeah.
Apparently he thinks I'm trespassing.
Inside the building after the building was closed, refused to leave. Our security officer asked him to leave, which he declined to do. So after conversation between these two, me as his supervisor.
Oh, you are his supervisor. So you're a liar as well.
Alleviate the situation.
Basically, both the security enforcers cried the same fake story to the officer, after which the auditor told his side.
I was under the impression that it was 5 o'clock. But either way, it wasn't 4 o'clock. It was 3:54, and I said, ma'am, you're closing early.
Do you still want to file a request?
I wanted to. That's my goal. That's my goal here today, but they left early. Again, they said they can leave whenever they want and do whatever they want. And they don't answer to nobody. Vincent here says that even though he's paid by taxpayer dollars, he's only looking out for himself and he does whatever he wants to do. He decided to call you. There was people still in the building. As soon as the clock struck 4 o'clock, I left the building.
When can he do his FOIA? He can do his FOIA request electronically, which I'm sure he knows. Or he can come in during normal business hours, which are from 8 to 4. However, if the office deems necessary to close early, we don't have to tell him that we're closing early. We can leave early.
Well, I was here when it was still open, sir.
But obviously, if the village clerk was closing the door and said you'll have to come back.
You're acting like I broke into Village Hall or something.
This officer identified him right away as he came to the scene. He showed promise, and rightfully so, he proceeded to shut up the security enforcers real good.
I get that. I get it's closed now.
Get some information.
I'm investigating. That's all I'm doing here. I was in the area anyway, so I decided to come down and investigate. I'm sure I investigate, police departments, village halls, everywhere. So it's just part of my job.
As far as I know, you're just doing what you can do. That's fine.
Right. That's it, sir. Come on. Be reasonable. I walked inside of a village hall. That's starting problems. Wait till you see the video and how this maniac acted. Really? I don't use that word lightly. I don't use it lightly. I don't use it lightly, sir. You've called me a moron, whatever else you called me today, sir. I don't use the word maniac lightly, and when you see the video, I told you I'd send it to you.
Identification wouldn't even do that.
Sir, you're not a law enforcement officer. Did he ask me for identification? Did he ask me for identification? Because he knows his job, sir.
I asked you to leave, and you refused to. You call me anything you want.
Now they're putting you in a predicament, aren't they?
Who is it?
He can refuse identification.
He can refuse identification.
He hasn't committed a crime.
Well, there you go. It only takes one good, educated cop to shut up all these nasty wannabe cops working at our government institutions. But now Lou was just being a crybaby.
I'm not going to let him diffuse or twist the story. It was past 4 o'clock.
It's on video, sir.
It was past 4 o'clock. I asked him to refuse.
You're lying.
There was nobody.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
keep lying.
Then you're a liar.
How?
Well, then you can
it's all
recorded.
recorded.
You're a damn liar. You go say whatever you want to say on that. I asked you your things. Okay?
You've made that clear.
I work here.
Right.
I asked
there
you to leave. Very simple. You refused. Okay? I didn't take force. I wouldn't do that. But I asked if I had to call I was going to do that. I answered nicely.
You guys can always call me. Just call me up and I'll help you out. All right? Try to
Again,
get everybody where they need to be.
If he was asked to leave after 4 o'clock,
That's
he is
understandable.
trespassing.
That's it. That's all. I was going on
It
trip.
wasn't after 4 o'clock.
You understand that if it's past closing time.
Right.
The officer was understandably upset. Two know-it-all buffoons just wasted his time over their petty egos. At least these two code enforcers got a shut-up call, and now they'd be more vigilant not to mess with the ones who pay their salaries. The last cop was educated enough, but this next one openly went against Texas laws.
It's the safest in Texas with a population over 25,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
So hold on. What I'm trying to say is we didn't achieve that by everybody showing their guns walking around the streets.
On June 26, 2013, YouTuber Don't Comply planned a safe, open-carry rifle walk in his Little Elm, Texas neighborhood to raise awareness of its legality. Despite notifying police of his demonstration, they arrived to argue with him rather than to provide security.
How you doing?
Sergeant Sanford, Police Department.
Hey, good to meet you.
Mr. Horton?
Yes.
All right.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Excellent.
What's going on today, buddy?
Oh, we're just doing a normal Second Amendment exercise. We're going to walk around the neighborhood with my rifle slung over my back, pointed down with a chamber flag in the chamber.
Okay. So, what are we attempting to achieve here?
We're helping to show the general public that it's a perfectly legal activity in the state of Texas to open carry long guns.
And you think that your display is going to achieve that?
It definitely will.
Who's this?
Because that's my wife.
Oh.
So at the time that people that may not understand that it's a legal activity call into, say they moved here from New York and they come and call the 911 and they get a dispatcher and says, hey, there's a guy walking with a gun.
I got you.
Wouldn't the simple dialogue be, wouldn't the dialogue be, well, is he wielding around? Is he threatening anyone with it? No, he's not? Okay, well, that's perfectly legal in Texas.
He took all safety precautions. This is a constitutionally protected act, but it's because the cop doesn't like it. That's why he isn't going to allow it.
As the safest in Texas with a population over 25,000.
Yeah,
okay.
well,
So hold on. What I'm trying to say is we didn't achieve that by everybody showing their guns walking around the streets in order to do that. Okay, and I don't believe that you doing that is gonna achieve that.
In the first month that we lived here, our house was broken into, and
I was the one that took the report.
Yeah, the back door got kicked wide open, and so it's not the safest neighborhood in my eyes because I've been a victim of those crimes.
I believe Officer Nordman has already explained the disorderly conduct law.
Okay. Now, are you going to say that I calculated to cause alarm by walking with it slung to my back in a proper?
We're giving you forewarning that it's going to cause an alarm. Okay, and I guarantee you, we're going to get about 100 calls.
And then
yeah. And listen to me, you're a law-abiding citizen. I respect
Absolutely.
that. Okay, I'm a law-abiding citizen, or else I want to be in the position that I am.
Right.
Okay, I love guns. I've got my own collection. I don't see that it's fit for me to be walking around my own neighborhood showing guns. I would understand if you were in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It's a different story.
And that's an opinion.
Right, and it's my opinion, and that's what we're having here. It's just an opinionated talk between us. Okay. Two grown men. Okay.
Right.
Who both have the exact same rights.
Absolutely.
If it's just a difference of opinion, then educate the people about the Constitution when you get those 100 calls. The residents should know the law of their state.
But I'm sure you've heard the saying before, just because you can doesn't necessarily mean you should. Does that make sense?
I mean, I don't see why not. I don't see why we should.
Just because you can use the N-word, should you be going around town blasting it left and right?
Well, I guess I could.
You could. It's a First Amendment, but is it really in good taste to do it?
I don't see how the law.
I don't think so.
I don't see how the law enforcement of this town has anything to do with taste. I think it should rely on.
Believe it or not, a lot of it has to do with taste, on how we present ourselves to people, how we treat people.
Sure.
We can be like New York officers and be cruel and corrupt and ugly to the citizens, but we're not. We choose not to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're here to serve you guys.
Okay.
All right. You want to practice your Second Amendment right? By all means, go ahead.
Great.
Okay.
So,
but as soon as you come in within the confines of a law that you violate, you're going to go to jail.
Right.
So saying the N-word openly is as offensive as legally carrying a firearm? Wisdom is chasing this officer, but he's faster.
If I have a right to open carry my gun,
I'm asking you a
how
question.
do I do it without?
Just answer my question, please. You don't think that that's going to cause an alarm?
I don't think in a well-educated public that it will cause an alarm.
You think our public's educated?
And I don't think it should cause an alarm.
You obviously don't think our public's educated because you're saying that you're wanting to educate.
We are helping to educate them.
So we've got an uneducated public through what you said. So that's going to cause an alarm, sir.
Well,
I'm just saying.
The issue is this. I have the right to open carry a long gun. What manner, in your eyes, is not calculated to cause an alarm?
Wouldn't even carry it. I wouldn't even put myself in that
No, I'm asking what is the way to do it?
I wouldn't do it.
So you're saying that it's not legal?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Well, you're saying if I do something that's legal,
trying to put words in my mouth.
I'll be arrested.
Hold on, Mr. Horton. Come on, let's keep this civil, okay? All right.
Yeah, but you're just talking in circles around the issue that I'm going to be arrested for disorderly conduct for doing something that is legal.
So basically, he will be arrested not because he's doing something illegal, but because this cop thinks it's wrong. Indirectly, the cop is threatening him.
And you don't know, do you know all your neighbors all way down the street? Do you know every single neighbor down the street?
No, I know a couple of them.
Let's say a guy 4 or 5 houses down, right? This time of day, you're out front with kids and everything like that, comes walking by with a rifle, and you don't know him from Adam.
Okay.
You're gonna be totally fine with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not gonna ring an alarm at all.
If he's walking in a normal manner with it slung like any responsible person would do, if he's got it, at the ready and he's got his hands on it like this, then sure. But just, some years back, the little kids would sling their shotgun over their shoulder and ride their bicycle down the road, right down Buckner in Dallas, and go and shoot cans in a creek.
I would understand if you would be down in Oak Cliff, Dallas, or something to that effect wanting to do this, but this is a perfectly safe neighborhood.
Instead of arguing with this guy, the cop should try to rile up support to make open carry illegal. Until it's not, he should follow the laws.
And that's how I explained earlier, our community...
Well, it's not.
You don't have people walking around left and right carrying guns, so this isn't an accepted norm in our society.
Well, we're going to make it the norm here then. We're going to get groups of people and we're going to do it every day. If it has to come to that. We did that in Temple. There was an incident in Temple, and I brought 500 people down there, and we walked right through the entire town with all of our ARs and AKs on.
Yeah, I'm sure you were abiding by every single law that there was.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I'm abiding by the law by walking down the street here in the same exact way.
Temple is a different city altogether than Little Elm.
Well, yes, Temple is a different city than Little Elm. But we went there and did that because of the officers not respecting our Second Amendment.
Perfectly safe but uneducated neighborhood.
By you carrying a firearm out there is going to put people in fear for their own safety. Just to be quite frank with you.
It'd make them uneasy, is what you're saying?
Right. And it troubles me that you don't see it the same way.
Well, then I guess that, that maybe the police should do some sort of public educational classes so that when this arises, you aren't getting the hundreds of calls. Maybe that when they call the dispatchers talk to them. Maybe you can hold some public events and talk about it at your city councils.
Yeah, maybe we could, but that's nothing that's going to get done this afternoon.
Uneducated firearms individual isn't going to see that. All they're going to see is a man walking down the street with a rifle in a neighborhood full of kids. That's all they're going to see.
Well, what I'm hearing from you is that
if you violate the law, you'll be arrested. Yes.
Well, what I'm hearing from you is that if I try to exercise my Second Amendment right and open carry a rifle down my road, that you will arrest me for disorderly conduct.
I'm saying
then
causes the alarm.
And you're giving me no alternative way to exercise that Second Amendment right.
I don't have that answer for you.
Right. You're not giving me any alternative to exercise that right.
I said, don't do it.
Don't exercise my Second Amendment right, is what you're telling me.
Asking
you have the right to carry.
No, he just said don't do it.
You don't have the right to alarm the citizens of the city.
Okay.
Two separate things.
Well, they're not, because they're turning into the same thing.
Do you like to feel safe in your own home?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't you think everybody else should deserve the same right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I've got guns, I've got cameras, I've got everything that I need.
You'll be infringing upon that.
No, I won't.
By doing this?
No, I won't.
Ignoring the police's warnings, Don't Comply proceeded with his walk, later recounting a peaceful experience, even buying ice cream and noting the complete absence of police presence. This seemingly highlights the absurdity of the police warnings and their apparent incompetence. And what a way to express your rights. That brings us to the end of today's cases. If you enjoyed it, please consider showing your support by liking this video and make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. And if you want to see more, check out the next video here.
Put your hands out in front of you. Okay. Put your hands out in front of you.